According to Pope Francis, the elderly are a treasure for our society. Their experience and wisdom remind us that the value of human life does not depend on what someone produces or accomplishes, but on the fact that it is precious in the eyes of God. Welcome to St. Catherine's Home for the Aged, located in Mundika, Bungoma Diocese. The Grace and Compassion Benedictine sisters are taking care of the elderly.
Welcome to Our Lady of Grace and Compassion Benedictine Sisters in Mundika Convent, Busia County in Kenya. I'm Sister Beatrice Odinyo, Regional Superior of East Africa. In Mundika, we have a home for the aged. Our charism is care for the old destitute people. We started the home in 1990. By then, we were working from Mabale in Busia town. But because of the distance, we couldn't give our best care to the elderly. We were only rushing to finish so that we come back in the convent. In the year 1994, we erected a home for the aged here in Mundika, but outside this compound because we thought the space was not enough. So we have been having that home from 1994 to 2020 when COVID struck. We used to go there early in the morning, work, clean the clothes, clean the rooms, give birth to the residents, and then come back for prayer, and then go back to serve them supper, and then make sure that they are in bed and come back. But because of COVID, we could not manage that because we feared, we didn't know when we leave the place who will go there and maybe infect them with the COVID. And also us, we were not safe. So we decided to bring them, the residents in our convent. We forced the sisters, they had to go to other communities so that the residents, the old people, use the sisters' room. Because at first we thought that COVID will only take 2 weeks or 3 weeks and it clears, then the residents go back to their home and the sisters come back to their rooms. But that was not the case. It went on from 2020 up to 2022. And then even wherever sisters went, they were wondering when will the sisters go back. And especially when those information, they have to continue with their novitiate from the novitiate itself. So we were forced to put up a home within the compound because COVID was still on. We didn't know when it will end. It was occupied in the year 2022.
Mama podia alikuwa nyembeli. Yesu Kristo abuha mubafu.
We have 22 old destitute people whereby we take them regardless of their religion, their tribe, their nationality. So long as it's somebody who is needy, we take care and has nobody to take care of him or her, we take them in. Now, we also have an outreach program whereby we have 60 old destitute people who live alone. Those ones, they have their homes, they live in their villages. We visit them, they come and have their rations once a month, every last Wednesday of the month, whereby doctors from Busia Referral Hospital come for medical checkups. In the past, they used to have heart attacks, often get stroke because they were not getting regular medical checkup. And then we liaised with the county and they were able to give us doctors who come every last Wednesday of the month to do medical checkup for the old people who come to take their food. We give them food stuff, we give them soap, salt, sugar, rice, beans, omena, cooking oil, matchbox, depending also on the season. If it is Christmas, they get a bit more, sometimes with chapati, flour, and extra because it is a celebration. So we don't give them the regular, we add on something. If it is Easter or Christmas, they have special basket. Or sometimes also we also give them clothing, depending if what they have they are worn out. We always keep an eye to make sure that they have decent clothes. We give blankets, mattresses and beds. When we check on them, if they don't have, because we cannot just give all of them at once, we give according to the need. Also, for those who don't have houses, we construct for them a small house of 14 iron sheets. Some of them, they don't have pit latrines. We also construct for them because it is so essential to have a pit latrine. St. Catherine's Home for the Aged, we have 17 old ladies and 6 men. Most of them are not well, they are sick. Some are suffering from cancer, high blood pressure, ulcers, and they seem to be happy where they are. Some are Catholics, some are not Catholics. Some even have no religion, but when they come here, because of the atmosphere, they ask you, sister, I would like to become a Catholic, or I like to be one of them, because now I'm nearing my end, and I would love to be praying, because now that is my focus. And we say it is okay. For those who want to become Catholics, we talk to Father and even baptize them. And then in the end, they are full practicing Catholic. When they come in, we just don't pick anybody and bring them in. No, we do investigation. Simply because we can easily be mistaken by human trafficking. You know, other people might think that we are doing business with the old people. No, we go to chief or sub-chief to get a letter, to get an authorization saying that this person is from such and such a place, so that later we don't land into trouble with the government. And when they come also, we ask them, because we know death is a must. When you die, where would you like to be buried? Some of them, they don't have land. And as we have a portion, graveyard, whereby those who don't have land, when they die, we go and bury them there. In the past, we used to use public cemetery, and it would take us 2-3 days trying to acquire a place to bury our deceased. But then we have a lot to do, not just now to go all the time to Busia looking for a space where to bury our deceased one. And since we have a piece of land, we decided to get a portion whereby we can put them there. They may rest in peace. Taking care of old people is not easy, because remember, these are grown-ups who have seen life, who have enjoyed life, and you there, maybe when you are young to them, what are you going to tell them that they have never had? So it is not easy, but by the grace of God, we are managing. Some of them, they were drunkards, some of them used to smoke, and now you have taken somebody from the street who is used to smoking. For us, we don't give cigarettes because we know it is harmful to their health. Instead of maybe drinking, somebody will say, sister, help me with a bit of alcohol. We tell them, no, our alcohol here is a cup of tea. So sometimes they say, how can you substitute alcohol with tea? And then we say, because we don't drink. But with the time, they get used to it and forget about it. And also we teach them the hazards of smoking or drinking. And then they say they used to drink because of the stress. Once you are drunk, you will not know whether you have eaten or not. You forget and you fall asleep. And maybe you are sick and you drink, you will not feel the pain. So that's why they were doing what? Drinking. And some of them also, maybe their children died. When they are drunk, they will not think of what they have gone through. But now the following day, again, the fact remains that they are childless. So again, that stress comes. Again, they go and drink. So that's why they ended up being drunkards or smokers like that. The challenge we face is that lack of finance. Because with the economy of today, everything has hiked. The demands are too many. You go to the hospital, the medicine is not there. This old person is sick. You cannot tell that mama or baba, I don't have money. Because you see, surely it's in pain. What can we do? In the end, we do little compared to what we would have done if we had enough money. When there's drought, sometimes the food we grow is not enough to feed them, both inside and outside. So when the drought is there, it is a struggle. We have land, but it needs irrigation. We drilled water, we have a borehole, but we don't have the pump. We drilled this borehole in 2022 in hope that we will be able to use the water for irrigation. Unfortunately, we don't have the solar pump and the steel tank whereby we can store water so that we use that water for irrigation. The challenge we have in this farm is that sometimes there is drought, and when there is drought, we are not able to get enough rainfall for the crops to grow. We are just asking for any good well-wisher if you could help us with some finance so that we can buy a steel tank and a water pump so that we can be pumping water and use for irrigation for our crops. It will really save us a lot, and it's a lasting solution. If we say that we buy food, surely sometimes we don't have money even to buy that food, but we have land. So if we have that irrigation system, we will do our level best to ensure that we have food all around. We also do some small projects. We just don't sit there and ask maybe for well wishes and all that. We are also trying our level best. In the past, we used to have Helpage Kenya, whereby they used to help us with some funds. But Helpage Kenya pulled out of Kenya now. We don't have, and we are just single-handed trying our level best, because what do we do with these old people? They don't want to know that there is no Helpage Kenya. And they ask now, sister, where are you taking me? I don't have a home. You are my daughter. You are my everything. And it is really touching when they say like that. And even, will we put them in the vehicle and leave them on the street? Because some of them, we picked them from the street. So we started some small income generating projects. We just don't sit there and ask maybe for well wishes and all that. We are also trying our level best. So we started some small income generating projects. Among the small income generating projects we have is tailoring. In tailoring, we stitch uniform for our school and in other neighboring schools. We make vestments for the priests. We supply vestments in Bungoma Diocese, Kakamega Diocese, Kisumu, and any other person who wants vestment, maybe to give as a gift to a priest, we still sell to them. We also make any other garment. Anybody who goes in the tailoring, they can take measurement and make a suit, a skirt, a dress for the person. We also have a piety shop whereby we put there the finished garments for sale. In the piety shop, we sell rosaries, prayer books, hosts that we have baked, we put there, because we also have a host baking machine.
That's how it goes all.
We have a vegetable garden whereby we get our vegetables from the garden and give supply to the sisters and the old people's home and even at school. Our Lady of Grace and Compassion Primary Mixed School. We realize that as we visit those old people in their villages, some they have grandchildren who are orphans, whereby their children died and they are left with these young ones. The old person taking care of the grandson or granddaughter. But they don't have money to take these young ones to school, so they end up being at home. But with our school, when we find such cases, we bring them in our school because it is easy for us to monitor them. And we know that if we don't take these young ones to school, they will be even worse than the old people take care of today. So to avoid that, we bring them on board in our school, and it is easy to monitor them, and they may also have basic education. From our land, we get maize, we dry, we pack it, we store in our store. Then we grind ourselves. We have a portion mill, so that even the little money we would have given out there, it's just within us, within our projects. This maize, we preserve it well, because in the past we had some issues with the food from the market. It is not well prepared, and our residents, they really had a tough time diarrheaing, and we found that there was that inflotoxin in the maize. So from that time we said we will try our level best to do farming, so that if possible we may be able to supply food to our residents. But it is never enough, because it is a big crowd to feed them, and remember they are grown up. They also eat well. When there's drought, sometimes the food we grow is not enough to feed them, both inside and outside. So when the drought is there, it is a struggle. We have land, but it needs the irrigation. We have a borehole, but we don't have the pump. If we had a solar pump, we can be and a overhead tank or steel tank, we can be doing irrigation, and we are sure of enough supply of food, because be it drought season, we will always do irrigation and get food. We are just asking for any good well-wisher, if you could help us with some finance, so that we can buy a steel tank and a water pump, so that we can be pumping water and use for irrigation for our crops. It will really save us a lot, and it's a lasting solution. If we say that we buy food, surely sometimes we don't have money even to buy that food, but we have land. So if we have that irrigation system, we will do our level best to ensure that we have food all around. This project is a good project. because maybe less and then you get a lot. But when you begin, it is so demanding. It's not like dairy farming whereby you can start taking milk as soon as you maybe your cow calves down. But after that, the pigs are very easy to maintain. They don't need 24-hour supervision. The challenge is we are near the border. Every 5 years, there is that swine breakdown. They call it swine fever. It comes and sweeps away almost the whole area the pigs go. But lucky enough here, we restrict people to come in so that our pigs are not infected. We started this project because in the diocese we don't have anywhere where they make candles. So we thought we have a piety shop where we sell wine and horse. We thought if we also put their candles, it will do well. And it's also one way of earning some income so that we sustain our old people's home, St. Catherine's home for the aged. Christians were coming, they will buy wine, horse and incense, but then they ask us what about candles, so that they don't need to buy here one thing and then go to Kisumu or Bungoma to another to buy candles. That's why we started this project. This is what we make. These are different sizes. This one is for what we make. And then this is the thread. The thread for we tie here. We do it manually, but we love to have the digital one, but we go slowly. We also make Easter candles. That is the big machine for Easter candles. And then that one, per pouring, we get 10 candles out of that. And then this is the size of what we make. It's just a sample. Yeah, this one is the sample of what we have. In the outreach program, not only elderly are able to come, some of them are bedridden. So, and if we say we take ourselves, it will take the whole month because there are many from one place and they don't stay in one village. The one is on this end, another one is extreme end. So what we do, we engage the border, those are motorbike cyclists. They come and take food for them. And we are the ones to pay them because the old person doesn't have money to pay. So sometimes we find that they have come, but we don't have the money to pay. On top of that, maybe when that old person is sick, so we need to think of treating the old person, then paying the cyclist, going there, coming back. Sometimes they don't have, the cyclist will tell you that I didn't have airtime, so I couldn't ring you when it's not well. And also we have to be in good relationship with them, because now they are our eyes. We cannot say that we will work on our own and manage. This border also keep watch on this old person. If it's not well, will inform us that so-and-so is not well. Or we say, okay, can she or he sit on the motorbike, bring her or him to the convent so that we take to the hospital. Or after telling us, then we go and visit them to assess the situation. It is our charism, care for the old destitute people, and we see the spirit of our fundraise in the old. And also we are happy to do it because it reminds us back at home of our grandparents, and also it's a journey whereby we are all heading there. God willing, we will reach there. And how would we like to be treated when we are old? And even our parents, some they are in that age. So when I'm caring of this old person, I'm seeing my mother in that person, I'm seeing my father in that person, I'm seeing my grandparents in that person. I'm fulfilled. And you know, they are like children. Sometimes you are talking like this and she's just doing something contrary to what you expect. And even in the end, she starts singing for you. So we find joy in serving the old people. And as human beings, many times people are attached to their families. When I'm serving a person whom I have no tie of any relationship, maybe blood relationship, I feel fulfilled. I know this is God's creature and I'm happy. I'm not serving this person because it's my relative, but it is God's creature.
Baba, nakuomba machache kwa jina la Yesu Kristo Baba yetu. Amina. Kwa jina la Baba, la Mwana, na la Roho Mtakatifu. Amina.